Yo, what is going on, guys? Got another gameplay video for you today. Today I'm going to be playing my Ragnaloardmon black deck. This is revolved around the newer Legend Arms cards that were revealed in Union Impact a little while ago, and then playing those in tandem with a lot of the black support. So you'll see I have a lot of blockers in my opening hands, and then playing cards like Machine Dramon, High Andromon, and basically I'm just trying to set up a defensive wall and to protect my Ragnaloardmon, and then be able to get him out with little issues so that you can start just whacking away at your opponent and take out their security. So you'll see I'm playing against some sort of like red blue hybrid. I didn't really know what like the purpose of their deck was, other than to just like turbo out Omnimon. And you'll see that later on, but it's mainly like a draw focused, like just summon some blue megas and then put Omnimon on top. It worked okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going ahead and setting up my Ludomon, and then he's a really good card because he can excavate the top 5 and add any Legend Arms Digimon from your from that excavated pile to your hand. Last turn I didn't actually have any, so I couldn't add anything. But he's really good because we don't have a lot of cards that excavate the top 5. Basically everything we've seen up until this point, like Togemon and Palmon, and then even like Davis, like the Davis Tamer card that was revealed a little while ago. Those are all like top 3. So top 5 is pretty good, potential +2 during your turn. So you're gonna see my opponent summoning a Monzaimon. He's trying to get his Mega set up. But the problem with like mixed builds, I feel like, is they can be very good, especially with the newer support we're getting. You know, we're getting things like Imperial Dramon and then Ken and Davis Tamer cards to support like blue and green mixtures, right? But like sometimes when you don't open, like he didn't open a red rookie, or maybe he's just not playing any because I don't remember actually seeing any throughout this entire match. But like that Gigimon is just taking up his like his raising area. So like you're basically playing without a raising area. He kind of mitigates that like loss just because he's playing so many draw effects. You'll see like you saw Gabumon, you'll see Zudomon later on, and yeah. So right now it's looking pretty good for me. I already have 4 Digimon already on the field. One of those is Gatsumon, so I even have a potential blocker set up. Now I only have 1 memory to work with, so I was debating, I could basically set up for High Andromon. The thing is, though, I don't have Ragnaloardmon, so High Andromon, excuse me, might not be like the best move, just because he could get rid of it. But I decided to go for Metal Greymon anyways, just to get the extra draw. And then okay, you'll see I got another High Andromon, so something's telling me to like just summon that guy to the field. So I got my 4 Digimon set up, and unfortunately, this deck, true to its name, is just good at dropping Omnimon. That's about it. So Omnimon is just an absolute monster. Gets rid of like any Digimon on your opponent's side of the field. Not only that, if your opponent happens to have multiple Digimon with that same name, then like they all die, right? And then he also has well, I was gonna say he has security attack +1, but he's able to like unrest himself and then attack again. So effectively the same thing in that regard. So you'll see my hand is like not that good. I keep drawing these High Andromons, which is like the problem with playing 4 of them. But not seeing Ragnaloardmon. So this is where at some point I was thinking like I might want to change the ratios a little bit, play more level 7s, just because I'm like not drawing any of them, and I didn't excavate any either. So that could definitely be an option. But yeah, so I'm just gonna throw down a couple champions, and then put down another Gatsumon. Now, you could call this a potential misplay. Having, like, you'll see I have 3 Gatsumon on the field, and, like, I already know my opponent's playing Omnimon. So, like, playing multiple of the same Digimon when your opponent is playing Omnimon, like, for sure, is kind of, like, not a good idea because, like, he could drop another Omnimon, in a turn or two, and then just get rid of my 3 blockers. And there goes, like, a couple turns worth of setup. So yeah, so that might be like I guess I just wasn't thinking or whatever, but like that might be like something to like avoid, especially because I don't actually have any champions in my hand, so it's not like I can just get rid of the Gatsumon, and attacking with them is not usually a good idea just because it's a blocker and you'll get memory -2. So that's kind of out of the picture. But yeah, so three Gatsumon might not be the best idea. It worked out, but I think I was just kind of lucky in that regard. So I'm making some sort of attempt to drop a Mega here. I also have the Ragnaloardmon, however you say that guy's name. I also have him in my hand, but still no Ragnaloardmon. So it's not looking like I do have a lot of card advantage, but I don't really have anything actually set up yet. So you'll see he'll attack with Omnimon, and then he throws down a blue blocker, Grizzlymon there. So even if I wanted to, like I was thinking, like I could just go all out, attack his security, and then next couple of turns I could just finish it out. Even if I wanted to do that, I would only have 4 attacks, three really because he has a blocker, and then two of those attacks I'd have to pay like 2 memory to do. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just set up a little bit more, try to draw into some cards by throwing down that Toyagumon and then this Andromon. Luckily, the thing about playing against level 7 focus builds like this Omnimon deck is that they give you a lot of memory to work with. So even though like I have to deal with this monster of a card, I don't really have to get rid of it, which is an aspect of the Digimon TCG I kind of like. Like you're not really forced to confront your opponent's Digimon. It's better if you do, because Omnimon is just he's a problem, right? Like if I don't get rid of him, he's just gonna take out multiple security cards every turn, and like I'm not gonna be able to kill him because nothing in my deck is strong enough to kill Omnimon. But like I don't have to attack him. I could like change my strategy and go the route of just going after his security instead, which is kind of what I'm gonna do. I don't really have the means to get rid of Omnimon. You'll see I did finally draw a Ragnaloardmon, so I'm actually gonna be able to drop it this turn because I did set up the Hyandromon, and luckily for me, like I've got all the materials underneath him, and then Ragnaloardmon himself has reboot. You'll see me messing around with the cards a little bit. I apologize for that. Table Talk Simulator is not like the easiest software to mess around with, but yeah, I'm gonna drop Ragnaloardmon, and then he does have reboot, which is amazing. So Omnimon's not actually gonna be able to get rid of me. He's just gonna go ahead attack and actually use Omnimon's effect, which is like so good. Like he returns the Plesiomon, gets to attack again, and now he's already set up. If he has another Omnimon in hand, he instantly has like another blue Mega to go in. So he can just drop that Plesiomon and then drop another Omnimon next turn potentially. So he's going to take out some of my security cards. So my opponent is in the lead for now, and then he kind of just seals the deal with that Terraforce. And for a second I was like, hold on, you have all blue Digimon. What the hell are you doing running Terraforce? But if we go back to his raising area, he does actually have a Gigimon, so technically he is allowed to activate that Terraforce, which is unfortunate for me. He got rid of all the hard work I was putting in into that Ragnaloardmon. So now I'm just kind of at a loss, trying to recover, trying to draw some cards. I've got 6 memory to work with, but at this point it looks like I'll just have to keep dropping Hyandromons and trying to go after security. And the thing about Hyandromon is, like, yeah, he's good in the fact that he's like a 2 cost, but it's nice having a Mega with security attack +1 because you can just end the game that much faster, or for example a Mega like Machinedramon where you can prolong the game. So that's the trade-off when you're playing vanillas, is just like, yeah, they're cheap but they don't really do anything. So yeah, I'm gonna attack with Hyandromon. Now, if you're wondering, like, dude, why did you attack with Hyandromon? He's got Omnimon on the field. This is why I love the rookie blockers, because it was easy for me to drop Gatsumon on the field. And now, I mean, while I'm going to have to sacrifice Gatsumon, but at this point, my Hyandromon is protected. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down the Joe there. Joe's a really interesting card. He's really good. For one, he's one of the few Tamer cards, to my knowledge at least, that actually stacks. So what I mean is, like, if you have multiple Joes, you'll be able to use his effect multiple times that turn, which basically, his effect is that if you have a blocker on the field, at the start of your turn, you gain a memory. So you could potentially gain multiple memories. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a blocker because I had to get rid of Gatsumon, but I just wanted to set up because I do plan on either dropping Kurisarimon or Machinedramon. But man, my opponent is just not holding anything back. Another Terraforce, so got rid of another one of my Megas, and at this point, I've just got a single Numemon on the field. We're both tied at 3 security, and I'm debating what I could do. I don't actually, no, I have a couple ultimates in my hand, so I could go that route and maybe try to drop a Machine Dramon. That wouldn't leave me. That would take seven security. I could drop another High Andromon and then just start attacking again, but I don't have another blocker, right? I could, yeah. So it looks like I'm just going to drop the Ludomon and then just try to dig through my deck and get as many Legend Arms to my hand as possible. So you'll see I actually revealed 3 Legend Arms right there. I was debating on which one to add, but I mean, my raising area was already took up, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just add another, I'll just add the ultimate form, I forget what it's called. So then I'm going to put those at the bottom of my deck. So I still have 3 memory. There's a couple things I could do, but I really just want to get a stronger Digimon on the field so that I can start attacking security, right? I feel like at this point, like, yes, we do have similar amounts of security, right? We both have 3, but he's just in such a better position than me. So I feel like I have to drop the Machine Dramon, and that's going to gain me a draw into another Machine Dramon. And then hopefully now it'll basically just be like left his Omnimon to get rid of my security, and nothing else is gonna attack in fear of Machine Dramon. So kind of got lucky a little bit there. Got a Joe off of the security there. So next turn I'm looking pretty good. I have Machine Dramon, and then which is a blocker, so then I'll gain Joe's effect twice. Um, but you'll see here that it's not gonna like end up that way. So he's gonna drop a Monzaimon, and then that Plesiomon he added from Omnimon's effect a couple turns ago. And this is why Omnimon is just so good, because he sets up for another Omnimon. And so he's gonna summon his second one, get rid of my Machine Dramon, and then I'm left with 6 memory, sure, but like at this point, I just have he's just thwarted me at every turn. He's got rid of everything I could possibly do. So I was debating, like, you know, I could drop Machine Dramon straight from my hand, and it would take care of it would give him Digivolve -2. So it would take care of the Omnimon where he wouldn't be able to attack to my security. But I need to do something because he's got 3 monsters and I only have 2 security. I do have 1 blocker, but still, like, he's got Omnimon, so he can attack 4 times technically. So I needed to like set up a blocker at least. But at that point, when I'm thinking of just like, okay, I need to only play defensively, I've like almost already lost, because when you're only playing defensively and you're not like picturing that, you know, that victory in your mind, you're kind of almost like doing a self-fulfilling prophecy. But anyways, so I'm gonna drop that whatever that guy's name is, the level 4 Ludomon, Tai Ludomon. And I'm debating what I should do. I still only have 2 memories, so if I drop an ultimate, it'll just like be over to my opponent, and like the game will be end basically right there. So I drop another blocker. I have 2 blockers, but he's got 4 attacks, so he's still gonna be able to take out my security. I was debating whether or not to block, but I mean, it's not gonna matter. And you'll see, like, he's gonna run into a Ragnaloardmon, but Omnimon's so freaking strong, it doesn't even matter. Like, he's not gonna die. So then he's going to attack with the second Omnimon. I'm going to block that, but like he's just going to use Omnimon's effect, detach a material, and then attack again. I block it again, and then he's going to maybe attack with a Gabumon. I would have just attacked with Gabumon. Like, why not? Because like next turn I need to set up like 3 blockers, otherwise I'm going to lose. So not going to resolve the Joes next turn because I have no blockers there. He's going to play a blue option card. Don't remember the name. But it allows him to draw 1. And then he's going to throw down a Zudomon for 7, which is risky, but at this point, he might as well go like all out. There's no like harm in just getting another monster on the field, drawing 2 cards. And there's no way I can win because 1, I'm out of eggs, which is like unfortunate. So I can't really like spawn anything for free, can't get any free draws off my rookies. So I need like 2 extra Digimon to be able to deal with the security, and that's not going to happen. So it's looking pretty bad for me for this game 1. So I think I was just debating, like, yeah, I'll Digivolve into Kurisarimon, draw a card. I got 1 blocker. Okay, I could throw it on another one, right? And then I'd be down to 0. Machine Dramon might be also another play, because it's a blocker and it'll de-digivolve one of his Omnimons, so then he won't be able to attack over easily. And I think that's what I was debating here. But the problem is, like, I just don't have too many offensive plays right now, and that's what I need. I'm just forced to play defensively. So yeah, I'm going to drop Machine Dramon for 12, which is just so much memory. Like, it's honestly, it pains me to drop a Mega straight from my hand. But yeah, so I'm going to give one of his Omnimons de-digivolve minus 2. Or actually, I think it's, yeah, Machine Dramon's effect works on multiple Digimon. So it gave 2 of his Digimon de-digivolve minus 2. Um, so, well, it's not going to matter. He's going to drop that Plesiomon. He's got 8 memory to work with. And then he's got 4 attacks. I only have 2 blockers. So he's going to be able to seal the deal. And he had another Omnimon. He's not going to drop it. Okay, yeah. Another Omnimon. You know, he has 6 memory, so it's going to go to 0, get rid of my Machine Dramon, and at this point, it's just over. Like, he's got multiple attacks with Omnimon, and then, not to mention, he has his other 3 Digimon. So that's going to be game 1. Kind of unfortunate that I wasn't able to take that one, but, I mean, you could argue I didn't play that correctly. But yeah, his Omnimon is just very hard to deal with, like, especially in multiples. It is just an absolute powerhouse. Alright, so I'm going to go first again for this game. And then I'm just going to drop a Toy Agumon to give all my Digimon reboot on top of it. And then a Taitoluomon. So again, he's going to reveal that Gigimon. I'm convinced he's not playing any red rookies in this deck. Like, he's literally just playing it so he can play Terraforce. Which is, like, not that bad of a strategy. Like, Terraforce is probably the best removal card we have in the game. Like, if I think of removal cards, there's not one as generic as Terraforce that just, like, with no restrictions, just get rid of one of your opponent's Digimon. Like, Glorious Burst will get rid of most things, but it won't kill an Omnimon. Plus, it's a 9 cost. Then you have things like Kokaitis Breath, which return to hand. And, like, for 7 cost for Kokaitis Breath, like, most of the times your opponent will be able to drop it again. So yeah, Terraforce is just such a good card. I don't really blame him for playing that. And you'll see here, my opponent is just drawing, like, a crazy amount of cards. Like, he'll play the Gabumon, draw a card, summon the Zudomon, draw 2 more. So he's giving me lots of memory, which I don't think it's very smart to do, especially early on. Like, my hand is much better this time. So I think with this hand, I'm going to be able to do a decent amount. Drop Numamon for 1. Man, I love that card. Such a funny card. And so great. Like, it's only a 1 cost champion. So I'm going to... I got 2 champions. No ultimates, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to easily drop one of my... probably high Andromon at this point, because I do have the Ragnaloardmon in hand. So I'm just going to set up some blockers, drop a Gatsumon, and then I could Digivolve on top of him. Or I'm just going to play Kurisarimon straight from my hand. And yeah, he's a 4 cost, so honestly not too much. Like, I left my opponent with 2 memory, which is fine. Like, most of the times your opponent will have 3 anyways, because a lot of decks are running Tamers now. So yeah, he's going to drop a Plesiomon. Hopefully, I was, like, praying to God, like, please don't drop another Omnimon. But, of course, he does. Which is why, like, that Zudomon combo is so good, because he, like, yes, it's 7 memory, but he's drawing 2, and then he gets to summon a Plesiomon, and then Omnimon, like, straight after, right? He doesn't have to summon, like, straight from Rookie to Mega. So he's going to drop Omnimon, get rid of one of my guys, and then I'm going to gain a memory, thankfully, thanks to Joe. And then I've got 7 memory, so I've got 7 memory, 3 Digimon, 2 of them are blockers, so I really only have, like, 1 legitimate attack on his security. But I'm just going to Digivolve into Numamon, trying to get some more draws here. Finally drew into an ultimate. Oh my god, thank you, Metal Greymon. So I'm thinking on what I should do here. Probably the best idea would just be to, like, drop a Metal Greymon, leave me with 3, and then I could drop Hyandramon and just go straight into Ragnaloardmon. That might be an option, but instead I'm going to drop Machine Dramon. And I said I don't like dropping Mega straight from my hand, but he did give me 6 memory with that Omnimon, so it's not as bad as it was last game. Plus, I get to just get rid of that Omnimon. I don't have to deal with, like, I saved myself 2 security there. and then now anything he's gonna summon has to deal with Machinedramon. And I mean, Plesiomon is stronger, so I'm not gonna be able to block that. But if he attacks with anything else, I'm gonna be able to shut that down easily. So he's gonna attack, run into a Gatsumon there, no problem for Plesiomon. And then my opponent's still left with 4 memory, another Zudomon. So I'm cool with that, man. You can draw as many cards as you want. I just want the memory. Memory is also a resource which people are not like thinking too much about. Like, yes, card advantage is good, but if anything, memory in this game is like arguably better at times than card advantage is. You'll see like occasionally I only have like 4 or 5 cards in my hands, but because he's giving me so many memory, or sorry, so much memory, I can do so many things during my turn. So I got 4 Digimon on the field. Looking pretty good. I think I might just drop a Ragnaloardmon here. Because I was thinking, yeah, like, yes, I do want the defensive nature Machinedramon. He kind of just protects my guys, so I can set up for later. But I could, because I have 4 memory, I could just drop Ragnaloardmon and then just start attacking, because he's got that security attack +1, and then just start getting rid of a bunch of security, especially because he has no blockers on his field. Like, I could literally take out 5 security cards right now and then just put that pressure on him to where like next turn he's not going to be able to kill me, right? Because he only has 3 Digimon. So next turn he's going to have to set up a couple blockers or something. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack with Ragnaloardmon, got the security attack +1. Gonna run into a mat, not too big of a deal. And then I was thinking here, I was like, dude, I could literally just take out 3 more security cards. Unfortunately, the bane of my existence, oh my god. Another Terra Force. So gonna kill my Ragnaloardmon, and then just gonna run into Gorillamon with that Numamon, and then I was like, yeah, -2 memory kind of sucks, but I'm gonna do it, especially because we got rid of 2 Terra Forces. Like, yeah, it sucked, but excuse me, but we were able to just like deal with that, and now I don't have to deal with Terra Force for like probably the rest of the game because he already went through 2, so it's kind of like unlikely he's gonna draw another one. But yeah, so he's going to go, kind of realize the position he's in, attack with Plesiomon to maybe try to get something. I don't have any blockers here, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to attack with Gabumon just to get rid of some of my security. But like literally, if he doesn't set up a blocker, I have 2 Digimon who can attack next turn. So like he'll have to set up 2 blockers legitimately, and he's not able to do that. So it looks like game 2 is just like straight to me. Gonna switch Numamon to, I was gonna say attack mode. Gonna make him active, and then going to bring out that Ludamon. Gonna attack with Numamon. Of course, he's gonna block, but now with nothing left on his field, I'm gonna attack for game. So that's gonna be game 2. That one was pretty fast compared to the first one, but entertaining nonetheless. So I'm gonna go first. This third, no, actually he went first. Summon that Gabumon, and then I'm going to summon Numamon, and then draw into a Joe. Joe has just been a great card, like all of these games. I might consider bumping him up to more than 2. I'm only playing 2 right now, just because I want to make it as consistent as possible. I don't want to draw like too many tamers, but his effect does stack, so maybe. So I'm gonna add the Bryoludramon off of that excavation there. So for some inconceivable reason, right, I assumed this guy was playing like, okay, the red Gigimon I could understand, sure, but now I'm seeing a Tapirmon, which is like, just blew me back. I was like, dude, what the hell kind of deck are you playing? But it kind of makes sense when you consider its effect. Tapirmon, when he's destroyed, you get to draw 2 cards from your deck and then discard 1. So, like, it's not bad. It's just more like a draw power, and, like, you can easily, it's only a 3 cost, you can just bring it to the field, like, attack a security, let it die, and then draw some cards. So I can, like, understand the strategy there, but I was just like, dude, what am I playing? I'm seeing 3 colors on the field at once. So I'm going to go ahead, Digivolve to Ultimate, and then I'm just looking good for next turn. I got a couple Megas in my hand. Unfortunately, still no Ragnaloardmon. So he's going to, he's just going to attack with Tapirmon. I see no reason to not block, so I'm just going to go ahead block. But, like, he does get that plus, he does get that draw 2 and discard 1 effect. And then he's just going to Digivolve to Gorillamon and then Monzaimon, and then now is where we're getting into like, do I want to like do something about this guy? Because it looks like he's gonna drop an Omnimon. But luckily his turn ends, giving 2 memory to me, and then I'm just going to flip over Kapurimon, start drawing some cards with my rookies, and that is another thing about this specific black variant I'm playing. While black in general doesn't really have generic removal cards, they do have a couple cards that like de-digivolve. I think there's like Spider Grenade and Infinity Cannon, that can like de-digivolve, which is definitely good. But I haven't been playing a lot of the option cards in this build. Now some of the newer option cards for black that were revealed, the one with Craniumon, I forget its name, and then there's another one with Crescurumon. Those two are pretty decent, so I might consider like messing around with those. But at this point, I was just playing like make as consistent as possible, set up your blockers, and then just go for Ragnaloardmon. So I'm gonna reveal some cards and put those back on the bottom of the deck, and it's going to go over to my opponent. So he's going to actually just attack with Plesiomon, which made me think he didn't have Omnimon, and oh my god, thank you, Ragnaloardmon. This guy's MVP. Flipped over during security, so his Plesiomon dies. So even if he did have Omnimon, I'm not going to have to deal with it anytime soon. But, of course, here comes Terra Force, that card my opponent seems to draw every turn. But, I mean, he's going to get rid of an ultimate. Who cares? Not a big deal, especially because he's giving me 5 memory to work with. Like, my hand's pretty decent. I can draw some cards. Got enough champions, enough ultimates, got some megas too. So if I do happen to draw a Ragnaloardmon or Millenniumon, I can just set up. Honestly, I can just drop a mega. Well, I mean, I'll have to play an ultimate first, but I got 6 memory, so I could drop like Metal Greymon, then drop the Briludramon, and then just go after security. I got 12,000 attacker on the field. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Just gonna go to 0 memory, draw a card, and then just start attacking. And yeah, and with my opponent having no monsters on field, it's looking bad for him. He's not in too good of a position, especially because I could just start attacking with Hagurumon and Ludamon as well, get rid of 2 more security. I decided against that just because I want to, like, I can just Digivolve and draw some more cards, and just wait until I get set up first. Like, they're not going anywhere. Hopefully he doesn't have another Terra Force, but so I'm just gonna throw down a Gatsumon, have 4 Digimon in the field, and a potential blocker. So even if he does summon something like Omnimon, or it tries to go after my security, I can at least block it with Gatsumon. So we're gonna see the Gabumon again, draw a card, and then just gonna set up a blocker. Not bad, but it's not looking good for him. I got 4 Digimon on the field. Gonna draw a card into Machine Dramon, nice. And then going to flip over the Kapurimon, draw off a Toy Agumon, and you can just see all the advantage I'm gaining. Finally ran into a high Andromon, which is nice. Low cost Mega. So if I had an ultimate, I could drop him, but it looks like I might just drop a champion. Okay, I'm gonna attack, and okay, Boring Storm, yeah. So that's gonna let him draw 2 cards. Yeah, so his deck has a lot of draw power. Definitely makes it consistent. But I was scared of running into a Terra Force or an Omnimon there, so I'm glad that didn't actually happen. So then what I could do here, I could drop another Ludamon, just put like a 5th body on field, and then just excavate some more cards. I could also, I don't actually, yeah, okay, no, I do have a champion. I could drop a Kurisarimon, maybe on top of the Gatsumon or something, but I just decided to start attacking. So then I'm gonna kill 2 of my rookies. But then I'm like, you know what? I got enough resources for next turn. So I could attack with the Gatsumon here and then put him at 1 security, and then that way next turn it would like force him to like set up another blocker or something. But I'm just gonna drop the Tyludamon. For a 4 cost champion's not bad. So next turn I'm gonna have 4 on the field. So it's looking like I can win this. But dude, again with the Terra Force. This guy, like, I swear he's stacking or something, if you could stack in tabletop. But another Terra Force gonna get rid of my Mega, but it's all good. You know, we kind of planned for that. I got 3 Digimon still, so can't end the game this turn, unfortunately. But I'm gonna gain a memory with Joe, so that's awesome. What I could do is just Digivolve to Mega, honestly, right? Because that would, if with High Andromon, that would only cost me 5, and I got 7 memory. So could do that and then start attacking. Could also just drop like a Kurisarimon or a Ludamon from hand 2, put another body on the field. I'm going to go ahead, drop that Metal Greymon, and it looks like I'm going to go into the High Andromon, maybe? Mon? Yep, alright, there we go. So going to go into that, just, be safe, put a 12,000 attacker on field, so that way he's not going to be able to easily attack over me. And then I still got 2 memory left, debating what I could do. I'm just going to go ahead and attack first. He could block, but he would just lose then. Or like lose all security. So gonna run into a Gabumon, and then I have 2 rookies still. Yeah, summoning Ludamon might not be the worst idea. Like, it would just put another body on the field, and then next turn he's gonna have to deal with 4 Digimon. But he's just, yeah, so I'm gonna attack with Toyagumon and put him at 0 security with that last attack from Gatsumon. So put him at 0 security, and then my memory is gonna go to 0. I was at 2, it's gonna go to 0. I think my opponent thought like it was at 0 already, and then the -2 from Gatsumon puts me at 2, and then it'd go to 3 for his turn. But I was actually at 2, and then the -2 would put me at 0. So we're gonna, talk for a little bit, and then I believe after this, I'm wanting to put another Digimon on field. Like, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what I put down at this moment. I just don't want to give him like too much memory to like come back. So I'm not gonna drop like Machine Dramon or anything. I think I just put down Hagurumon, because like literally it's the cheapest option I have in my hand, and then that way I'll have 3 attacks for next turn. I'll even gain a memory from Joe if he doesn't deal with Gatsumon, and then I'm just gonna be able to take the game because I have 4 security. There's no way he's gonna win because anything he puts down, like, I mean, even if he drops like a really strong Digimon, he's not gonna be able to attack with anything except the Grizzlymon, and if he attacks with the Grizzlymon, he's not going to be able to block me. So it's put him in quite the predicament. So yeah, I'm just going to throw down Hagurumon. He's going to put down Gabumon again, draw a card. So he's at 0 memory. He's got like 1 action left for this turn, and that's basically it. Like, even if he put down another like blocker, it wouldn't matter. So he's going to throw down that Gorillamon and then just pass it over to me, and it's going to be my turn. So got 3 Digimon. I'm going to gain memory because of Joe. And then just going to flip over. Might as well just flip over the Tsunamon. But there we go. High Andromon's going to attack. His Grizzlymon's going to block it and die. And then Hagurumon is going to take the game. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and look forward to more Digimon content.